Hey, my neck, my back, my neck and my back. With SB Global, apartment 107. They got evicted, moved to 106. Peace.
You can't buy this super flyness. You can't buy this super flyness. Can't buy this super flyness. This is what happens. You make shit this time.
SB soprano, strapped like a sandal. I fuck with G's to push keys like they play piano. Scramble like I'm random, catch me out the pocket. If a nigga reach for my pockets, he catch a pocket rocket. I never have to cock it, cause I keep it cocked. Anything I want, I cop it cause I keep a knot. They call me Sugar Bear, but I ain't got a sweet spot. Fly like a peacock, that's why the freaks fly. Back in the day I would bust and my nigga would beatbox. Ever since I've been spitting nothing but heat rock. Never got to meet Pop or Easy E. Now that they died, hardest nigga alive is SB. I ain't easily phased and I'm hard to amaze. Niggas flows is bootleg like fake J's. Matter of fact, they more than weak like 8 days. You niggas ain't riders, you might as well have a blank page.
Can't buy this super flyness. You can't buy this super flyness. You can't buy this super flyness.
Yo, what's happening? You watching Apartment 107 with my man SB Global. I'm Slink Johnson, the Prime Minister of Pound Down, master of the West African Monkey Spank Technique, 5-time Wild Cheetah Submission Hold Champion, 80, 84, 88, 92, and 96. Check your history, bitch. And we up in this thing. We cutting up big. Apartment 107. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, man. We on the way to the top, baby. Smoke yours.
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Apartment 107. I'm your host, SB Global. Darnell Dollar, Sugar Bear the Extraordinaire. And we back once again. We got another installment of Apartment 107. They trying to banish y'all. They ain't already took my first video off. They said we was talking about the shot. And they don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me fix my stuff. Can y'all see that? Yeah, so you know, they took my video down with my episode 11 guest, a very prolific brother by the name of Nykil Rashad. He's also an MC, in case y'all didn't know. And I want to make sure I introduce his alias so y'all know about that music movement. We're going to call him Sidewalk Slim. Tap into him one time. Yeah. So, you know, we had Reza. I better not say that too loud. And glory be to God. You know what I'm saying? They ain't took him down yet. You know how that dude talk about the shot. You know what I mean? And now they got all kind of news coming out talking about they lying about the shot and they lying about the virus and, you know, the whole shebang. So, you know, it ain't just conspiracy theory after all. I got people tapping in what they talking about, man. Young Hawk, what it is, brother? Thank you for stopping by, bro. 310 boss, my boy Pop. What up, Pop? What else we got? Crystallizations. Let's go. Let's do it. Yeah, man. So they got that shot. They got the shot. They saying the shot. They got to take niggas' videos down because of the shot. I better watch. I said I'm going to start speaking in code. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I'll be on here speaking freely and speaking like, you know, I just speak with my people. Even though y'all is my people and we speaking, we gotta stay mindful that we on these other people platform. And they controlling this stuff. So as much as I cuss and all that, I'm sure I'm gonna still slip and cuss from time to time, but man, I got a warning on my page. You know what I'm saying? They talking about I ain't gonna be able to upload nothing. You know what I mean? The master's trying to kick me off the plantation. But yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all stopping in. We got a few people up in here. We got 300 people, man. Yeah, man, that's what's up. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna bring to you the reason that my video got took down. The special guest, his name, Brother Nykil. Welcome to Apartment 107, brother. Welcome. Here we go. Here he is, y'all. Nykil Rashad. What it is. What's up, bro? What's the dealio, man? Hold on. I got you muted.
I think you got me muted, King.
There you go.
Okay, now we good.
Now. What's up,
man?
fam?
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for having me back. I'm starting to feel like a regular at this point, man.
Man, you are a regular, man. You can come anytime you want. You can be the co-host, or you can host. You can come on here and talk to who you want to talk to, fam.
Respect.
Straight
so
up.
what your life been?
Man, it's been all right. Oh, that's my boy Joe. What up, Joe? What up, Joe? What it is, fam? Yeah, we got people in the building, bro. They tapping in tonight. We gonna have to give them something to look at.
Yeah, definitely.
What you been up to, man?
Man, just profiling and maximizing, doing bigger things, man. Definitely moving with the music, still building on the compound, taking care of the women, taking care of the children.
Yes, sir.
trying to make a statement in this game. It's kind of where I'm at with it D-Day.
Yeah, and we looking like Bloods and Crips low key right now. I got the true blue on, and you flamed up, my dude.
It's all love, man. It's all love.
Oh, all the time. Excuse me, all the time, bro. But yeah, man, I like how you maxing and relaxing, man. You got the jewels popping. You know what I'm saying? Who say you can't be conscious and swaggerdocious at the same time?
Shit, man. This the mode that I was in before I tapped into that other mode. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, this the mode. I've always been on this mode. It's part of my upbringing, but I'm 100% investing into this music. The last time we talked, I was juggling different businesses and different trades and, giving other things my undivided attention. And that's kind of what I'm off of that now. Like, that's handling itself. The ship is selling. So that's good. So now I can pursue that I love to do. So that's kind of where I'm at with it now.
Okay. So where can we find your music? What you got coming out? Like, get the people some knowledge on that.
Man, shout out to my player partner, Tito Sowega, one half the dynamic duo, Players United. That's what we are. We're a group.
Okay.
So I'm working on something. Definitely we bringing y'all something this summer. We just shot a video for our new single called Ism. As far as with the links, vegetarian.com, Tito Sowega _ TikTok,
okay,
Facebook, Instagram. Same thing with me when it comes to Instagram, _walk_slim, TikTok, sidewalk slim, Facebook, sidewalk slim. So it's all the same.
How long you been rapping, bro?
Bro, I started when I was 10.
Okay. And have you put out any projects prior to now?
Local stuff. Never really pursued it. I've always been the behind the scenes, the mixer, the engineer, the management type. Never really truly wanted to pursue it as an artist, but I feel like the game needs what it is that I have to offer. So I had to appoint myself in this position, and that's what it is right now. But if it was up to me, I'd just be behind the scenes, man. You know how that goes.
Sure enough. Hey, I'm on some old school shit, nigga. You gonna have to spit something, man. You need a beat. You know what I'm saying? You telling these people you got the music, they gotta hear the goods, man.
We gonna get to it.
Okay. I ain't gonna put you on the spot too early, man.
But I'm game for that.
Okay. So, they took down our video, bro. Imagine that.
Hold on. I live near a private airport, so give me a second.
Okay.
So if you
What
hear
up,
that in the
Rome
background.
Steady? What up, Rome Steady? What up, Hawk? My people's in the building. Yeah, he's shouting out Rome Steady too, man. Hey man, I'm so proud of Apartment 107. The viewers, you know what I'm saying? Because they loyal, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
every show ain't the show you want it to be. Every show ain't the best. You strive to be the best every time, but you don't always hit the mark. And my people been loyal, man. You know what I'm saying? Through the good, the bad, and everything else. Technical difficulties. And I just feel blessed and honored to have such a loyal, you know what I'm saying, loving fan base. And I love y'all back, bro. Bros and sisters. You know what I'm saying? I got people like you that fuck with me heavy. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
shit,
definitely.
man, I already know you. I already know how you do, man. Once you get a hold of something, the sky be the limit. You know what I mean?
That's it. That's it. But back to what you were saying about them taking the video down, I can't say I'm really surprised, man, because that first bill that we had, that initial bill that we had, that was heavy. You know, shout
Yeah.
out to the sisters. Will they be joining us tonight, or you know,
They
or they got other
they
things?
welcome to Shamika. You know what I'm saying? Shamika Sadler, nicety girl. The dark girl whisperer. That's my girl. Janae. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tap in,
Right.
man. We'll bring y'all in if y'all watching. I
Yeah,
didn't mean to
man.
cut you
Hey,
off.
that
Go
was a
ahead.
heavy bill. That
Yes,
was a
sir.
heavy bill, bro. So when you hit me with they took it down. It's unfortunate, but I ain't surprised.
Right.
That was a heavy bill, and I hope you still got it somewhere on your hard drive,
I do.
where we can
I
put
do.
it on some other platform.
Hey, but guess what? I got somebody that's supposed to be calling in tonight, and he gonna push the envelope. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you know, I like how iron sharpen iron, and it's gonna take a strong mind to be able to, you know what I'm saying, to even dialogue with this dude. You know what I mean? And that's why I have to get you on tonight, because you know, he really wants to remain low key anonymous. You know what I mean? Because he's somebody out here, and you know what I'm saying, as far as his career is concerned. But
Right.
the game that the dude got is you might know something about it, man. You know anything about the let me see. You know anything about the 11 recommendation of the Frankfurt School?
Nah, but I want to learn about it. And then
Okay.
after this bill, I'm gonna definitely go look into it, and we're gonna build on that later.
Yeah.
What's it about?
Man, the 11 recommendations. We're gonna tap in it with him, but this is something that came out in 1918 through 1933. And the 11 recommendations, number one was the creation of racism or racism offenses. The number two was continual change to create confusion. Number three was the teaching of sex and homosexuality to children. Number four was the undermining of schools and teachers' authority. Number five was huge immigration to destroy identity. Number six, the promotion of excessive drinking. Number seven was the emptying of churches. And number eight is unreliable legal system with bias against victims of crimes. And number nine was dependency of the state or state benefits. Number 10 is control and dumbing down of the media. Number 11, encourage the breakdown of the family. The answer, of course, is all of them on what is common or what is common purpose. So this is something that's been in the works, you know what I'm saying, for over a century now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you see it playing out right in front of our eyes.
Right.
And people
Definitely.
people think that we conspiracy theories because we spotting the play. You know what I'm saying? We reading the play. We saying, hey man, these are lies. This is manipulation. These are tactics. These, you know what I'm saying? This stuff that's going on. They offering dudes chicken. They got a whole $150 million, I think they said, set aside to give people that got the first round of the vaccine grand prizes, and they giving niggas cash prizes for vaccines. Meanwhile, if let a nigga get cancer today or tomorrow without insurance, and they gonna say, nigga, that's too bad. Wish we can. They probably won't even say wish we can help. You know what I'm saying? Your background kind of loud, bro. Do you hear that?
I can hear you, but yeah,
Okay.
it's loud, but I can hear you.
Okay. But yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like they on here got everybody fooled. Like, man, I'm going to get that shot, you know what I'm saying, for my health. I just found out my parents went and got the shot behind my back. We had a whole discussion about the shot. And it wasn't supposed to happen. But they, you know, they believed in that man in that white coat with that white face over their son because they feel like I got nigga knowledge. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, this man getting a kickback. You know what I'm saying? He don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? He's in the medical field. This is a field of practice. This is a means for an income. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I'm sure they got a few that do care about the well-being of people. I'm sure it's a lot of them. But overall, man, they out there for the bottom line. I'm going to let you expand on that. Take that from me.
No, I can dig it. That's the reason why they call it a practitioner. They practice them. But they even going as far as giving out free guns. I've seen, you know, different things in the media pertaining to how far they're willing to go just to persuade you and I to go and take that, to go and get that shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, Johnson & Johnson, it was reported that, you know, when you took that route, there was a major backfire on it. And so they went under fire for that. Shut them down for a minute. Yeah. Now they right back saying they figured out what the symptoms are, what the side effects are. What you mean? Like, you can't be a spearman with human lives like that. Like, people don't die behind it. And they don't came out and actually said, you can get the shot and still catch it. With that defeat the whole purpose of getting the shot.
Yeah, what is the point of the shot?
What's the point of the shot if I can still get it? That's crazy, man. But you and I both know what it is. Just another way of dumbing down the population and, you know, population control and genetic annihilation. And that's what it is. You know, they got to figure out a way to knock us off because everything else they done tried at first ain't worked. That's just what it is.
Yeah. And, you know, and I'm sure I got your name back on here. I'm still talking about the shot. So it's going to be some backlash behind this, man. But, you know, I'll make another channel. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it. You know, it ain't. I refuse to be muted and silenced. You know what I'm saying? From speaking my truth. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you should speak it.
You know what I
mean?
mean?
Definitely. Yeah, you should. Everything that we done stated so far is facts. These things you can Google. These things you can research. It's out there. People have died from this. They offering different incentives so that they can persuade as many as they can to go ahead and take it. Johnson & Johnson really was under fire. That's not a conspiracy theory. Only reason why they even created the term conspiracy theory is because we started catching on. So they had to throw something. They had to throw a monkey wrench in the game to throw us off. So I don't get mad at anybody who labeled as a conspiracy theorist. What that tells me is you're on to something.
Right. Now, Rome Steady just commented. I know you in Atlanta, but out here in L.A., our mayor just signed to fund the police $1.7 billion. You know what I mean? $1.7 billion to the police. That's what we got going on right now. You know what I mean? On top of everything else. So, you know, I don't know what they're doing in Atlanta, if they increasing that funding or what's the status, but what you think about moves like that?
To be completely honest with you, bro, ain't no telling how far they willing to go. What it boiled down to is this. How far are they willing to really go? How hard are they willing to go against those that stand firm on not taking that route? I'll give you a prime example, even with Texas. Shout out to the great state of Texas. Texas, the government passed a law to where they would never mandate having to take vaccines. So what that says is Texas like that. It's another state or two like that too. So everybody ain't with the nonsense. So, so the whole ideology of New World Order, well, we can kind of debunk that because we got states within the states that's saying, nah, we ain't going for that, and we know how to exercise our rights and different freedoms based on the Constitution and based on other practices. So Texas ain't going for that. So it's going to be individuals like myself. If they push it that strong in Georgia to where it become a, either you do it or else type of call, I'm just going to have to relocate and go somewhere else because me and mine, we not going for it. They go for the women, the children, and the elders.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nadia's, what's up, Nadia? Shout out to Nadia. She just commented that they gave somebody $1 million for getting a shot. So, you know, they trying to really pump this shit up. They say right now, you know, that because Cali is getting ready to open up in like 2 weeks. So they saying right now they about to increase efforts in the lower. They said the lower served communities, the lesser served communities. They about to start knocking on doors, talking about getting a shot, man. They about to really be bothering. Come on.
So Cali still closed?
We not fully open. We not closed, but we not fully open.
Yo, I remember when COVID first hit, and I was out there in Cali, and I saw it. Like, you know, I know a lot of people that live out there, and I remember you had to have a letter from your job to show proof, just in case you got pulled over, that you actually had a job that you was going to. So you kind of had to have a hall pass pretty much just to travel.
You had to have your paper, your trip slip signed by master.
Yeah, I was out there when it was going down. I saw that. Damn. So y'all just now about to open.
Yeah, you know, we've been having these soft, you know, mild openings, you know, kind of semi-hard openings. Like right now we semi-hard, you know what I mean? Like we can go in a restaurant, but you got to have a mask when you go in there. We can go in the gym, but you got to have a mask when you go. Yeah. But what's the point? Because at some point you're taking it off. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like the shit is all stupid. You know what I'm saying? And they just did this as a fear tactic. You see Fauci's emails leaked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This whole, you know, when Donald Trump was calling it a hoax, everybody got mad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that it's a complete hoax, but there's some full of shitness in the mix. You know what I'm saying? The shit ain't what they saying it is. You know what I'm saying? They lying right to people's face. You don't need a mask.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I guess a mask gonna help as far as, you know, any germs is concerned. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like my boy brother RZA say, man, it's all about being healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta protect your own immunity. You know what I'm saying? Protect your own health from all, you know what I'm saying, all diseases and germs and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bacteria. You know what I'm saying? And strengthening your immune system is really your only recourse. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because we all came in contact with that shit at some point. It's just like the cold.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what's so crazy, in the last 2 years, I normally get the flu. I ain't got no flu in the last 2 years. I get the flu damn near twice every year, but now I ain't got it. But COVID, you know what I'm saying? COVID killing everybody, but ain't no flu.
Hey, seems like ain't no such thing as a natural death either. Ever since COVID.
That's out the window.
But hey, let me tell you something. Like, it was a red flag for me when I was out here traveling the nation the way I was traveling the nation. And I go into any local grocery store, any supermarket, and soap, alcohol, everything was gone except the vitamins. Everything except the vitamins. I'm talking about fully stocked.
Yeah.
And to this day, they still ain't pushing vitamin A, vitamin C, elderberry, alkaline water, sunshine, exercise. Any other time they would have been pushing that.
Meanwhile, try to get Granny and them to do that and see what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nah, I'm gonna go get the shot. My doctor say I need to get that shot because I'm old and I don't want to get sick. I can't catch Rona. You know what I mean?
But you know that God, you know the doctor God and grandma them out.
Man, medicine ain't the answer, nigga. It's healthy lifestyle, healthy living.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Good food, good nutrition, sunlight, water, rest, exercise. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna keep you living.
Right.
You know, that concoction, you know, that's for when you haven't been doing that. And now you didn't let the bug bring you down, and that's just supposed to get you to where you can get centered again to start back to start implementing the healthy practices so that can, you know, affect your health. But the medicine ain't gonna make you healthy. You know what I mean?
Right. It's gonna
might make you feel a little better, but that's it.
Right. Yeah, that's how I go, man. But don't
You know,
stop
I
pushing.
don't want to. I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. I'm just saying I ain't trying to make this whole thing about this vaccine, but god damn, you know what I mean? Like
You gotta
it's
speak on it. Speak on that shit. And I say that not to cut you off, but we gotta be as extra unapologetic about speaking against it as they are about pushing it and forcing it on us. We got to be equally as unapologetic because they unapologetic.
right.
You got YouTube commercials, athletes, old people, young people, incentives. They pushing it. So
Yeah.
those of us that know better, we should be doing better. And if that means being as unapologetic and going as hard to push the message to get our point across, that's just what we got to do. No matter how many times they try to block us, no matter how many times they try to trip us up, we just got to find different avenues to take so we can get the message across.
Yes, sir. Nadia say misinformation. They prefer to push the drug than to push the vitamin. Yep, that's what my brother just said. So we got 770 people watching us right now, man. What you come to tell the people today, man, Mr. Rashad, I'm just getting hip to the rap name, so you gotta push that with me. What's the rap alias, bro?
Sidewalk Slim, man.
Sidewalk Slim. That's on some player shit. Huh?
Yeah. I've been a player about as long as I've been alive. That's just how I was brought up from my mom's and my father's side.
A player, and you got 2 wives, right?
I do.
Yeah, don't be ashamed to say it, man. Say that loud and proud. How many you got? Hey, are they both there right now? Can we? I see. Are you wifey number 1 or number 2? She put up the 2. She number 1. Oh, that's the. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. See, none of this would be possible without her. You know what I'm saying? That's why she number 1. That's what's up, bro. That look like a happy home, man. Huh?
Yeah, I'm good. Chilling on my estate, just rapitating a bit. I'm out here in my natural element. This is what we do. Like we picnic before bedtime. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure enough.
We picnic before bedtime. We out here with the precious vodka and the shit and everything else we want to sip on with a little bit of red wine. But I had to show up and give you 100% of my undivided attention and 100% of my support, brother, because I believe in everything. And everything that you got going on. And shout out to you and your beautiful family. You know what I'm talking about?
Thank you, bro.
Right.
Hey, man,
So
I'm ready.
Solid.
Hey, I'm ready for some of them bars, man. Let me see what I got in here, man. I got something in here for you. Hold on. I gotta find you a track, bro. Hold on. I gotta get a bar from you one time, man.
And I'm a rapper tape. That's it. I'm free game giveaway tonight. That's it.
Hey, let's see what we got. Man. I wish my boy Hawk would send me a track. Hawk, you watching? Send me a track, man, so my nigga can get off on time. I know you got one in the email real quick. You can send me if you can. Text it to me. Hold on, I got something in here. Hold on. Where's the instrumentals? Hold on, people. Y'all about to get a treat. Don't even trip. I got you. Stay with me. Just give me 1 second.
I'm just gonna rapidate. I don't rap. I rapidate. Just free game, man.
Hold on. Okay, so we gonna be on some chill shit. We gonna do it to the theme, to the intro song, man. Let me see, get on some smooth shit then. Ladies and gentlemen, Sidewalk Slim. Let them know what it is, Playboy.
No introduction, Nick. Sidewalk Slim is at your service.
Let's go.
I can hear, but I can't hear the way I want to. So let me just talk to the people. Rapidate with the people. I like it. Pimping up mine. The song your mind.
Hey, the devil hating, man. Your shit starting to chop up. You know what I'm saying? The footage and all that. That's that YouTube hating sucker
Hey,
shit.
it's,
So that's cool.
listen,
We gonna
I'm
catch
gonna
that
share
on the
the
next
link.
one.
I'm gonna share the link.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop the game. We got an album full of game that's coming to him. We're not too provocative.
What's the name of the album?
Man, now that's something that we're still working on. But the name of the group is called Players United. Shout out to my partner Tito Sowega. Like I said, we just shot the first video to a song titled Ism. If you want to get an idea of what the sound is, for those of you that's from it's that old Atlanta sound. It's the sound that you
Southern playalistic.
Southern playlist. You can bend a corner. You know what I'm talking about? You can bend a corner, puff you a joint, sip on some wine. The chick beside you, she ain't afraid. She want to ride with you. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
But yeah, so that's what we on, man. Like, we're just bringing that player shit back. Because there ain't enough for, like, these niggas out here, they hate the women. You know what I'm talking about? They out here doing too much to get on. And the only thing we doing is what's necessary, giving y'all something that y'all need. That's it.
Amen.
We ain't doing too less. We're doing just enough. And that's really what it is.
You got some stuff on your Facebook channel, on your YouTube and stuff too, right?
Man, I'm working on it. Like, when I tell you I'm 100% invested into this, bro, I was like taking care of other things that I had going on, and I was giving it all of my time and my attention. But now I'm 100% invested into this music. So I just got the Instagram popping, the Facebook popping, the TikTok popping, you know. And I need for y'all to go check that out, because in this game, it's all about the analytics. So I need y'all to help us get them numbers up.
Yes,
sir.
As
far as hey, we ain't missing a beat with that thing. And every time I do something, I'm gonna let you know about it, so you can let your followers know what's going on with it.
Okay, so look, check this out, man. We 30 minutes into the show, and I got like 600 people watching, and I need 600 likes, man. If you watching this show and you fuck with SB and you fuck with Apartment 107 and you fucking with Sidewalk Slim, hit a like right now, y'all. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Don't forget, man. We need that, like my boy just said. You know what I'm saying? Without the engagements, without the support, without the thumbs up, you know what I'm saying? The platforms, man, they push you to the side, man. We can't keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? They gonna bury us. So y'all want to keep us alive? Y'all gonna have to do y'all part. Hit them buttons, share, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and keep commenting. And we gonna keep it pushing. Go ahead, brother. I just wanted to say that.
Hey, check this out. So the Queen just whispered into my ear, right?
Okay.
She said she think a good topic to discuss would be, you know, let's talk about these beta males. Kwame Brown, that's the type of guy that you have to stand in the gap with, because he's coming under fire. But that's the masculinity that they've been trying to do away with for some time now, and there's a whole science behind that. Like, we can get into that, because that's kind of, I've been on that vibe for a long time, but it's so relevant right now. I think that'll make a great topic that we can definitely discuss, because I got a lot to say about that.
Man, go ahead, man. Get right into it.
Man, too many beta males, and that was the whole plan. As I said, he who controls the woman controls the child. He who controls the child controls the next generation. Yes, so the game plan has always been to remove the father from the household, because they don't want these young black boys growing up and becoming more militant. Remember back in the days, you know, we had the fatigue coat on. It was power to the people. Black this, black this. We looked honored ourselves, and we respected each other. And so the young brother that you see today, with wine in the hands of time, it don't look like nothing that we saw. Like,
not at all.
Remember your great uncle? Remember your granddaddy? Your father, if your father was around? Remember that?
Yeah. Them niggas was hogs. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas had missing fingers. Yeah. Them niggas was burned up. They was beat up, but they was men. You know what I'm saying? They took that shit. You know what I'm saying? That was part of being a man, man. You go through things, you experience pain, man, and you take it in stride. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now these niggas is suckers and sensitive, and you know what I'm saying? Like Corrupt say, more than a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't disrespecting queens. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is on some feminine shit, and that shit ain't cool.
Right. But that's where we at. You know, that's where we at with it. Like, Over here in this household, it's how we train our sons. We teach them what manhood is really about. Because the world, the society that we live in now, I'm not saying our women don't deserve their right, because they do. I'm just never signed up for that fight because that wasn't theirs. We had our own issue, but telling
What up,
you,
Lev?
you know, if you can have company or not, what school you could go to, you know, what church you had to visit or join, that just wasn't who we was, and that just wasn't what it is.
Right.
Hold on, that's my little girl. You want to come sit with me, baby? Come on.
Family right there. That's what it's about right there. Yep. And that's good that she's privy to these kind of conversations. So she knows what I'm saying, and where her power lies and her femininity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And how to choose a masculine man.
Right. Right. So like in my household, we raise our sons, like we have real conversation, thorough conversation. We raise our daughters to know what a man is, and when they can acknowledge one, they know that they can respect it. But the society that we living in now, men don't want to be men, and women, unfortunately, can't find a good man, so they end up with men that they can control, manipulate, and ultimately they don't respect, because a woman naturally knows that's not supposed to be her role. But since you don't know your role, she gonna play it for you.
Yep. Straight up.
And that's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. You know, so we just gotta fall back in sync. Women, you know, surround yourself around your elders, your grandmothers, your great aunts. Like, learn what that position is about, because you shouldn't be playing a masculine role. Me and my partner Tito we were talking about that shit the other day, man. He was like, our women are operating in their masculine energy. But the truth of the matter is, you shouldn't be operating your masculine energy because you're more feminine. But because you are prone now to operate in your masculine energy, when you get around a male and you start operating in your masculinity, you expect the man to remember that you feminine. Well, two masculine energies, when they clash, man, we're not gonna bump guns too long without punching each other in the mouth.
Right.
So
right.
when a woman,
that's how the man ended up fighting the women. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Straight
that's
up.
why, because in that moment they want us to remember that they feminine. That ain't how they work. Like when masculinity meets masculinity, it's gonna be a fight. Man, we not finna bump no gun. Somebody gonna get punched in their mouth, or we gonna walk away all together.
Right. Real shit. So with Kwame Brown, you know, honestly, man, when this dude started using his voice, man, I was shocked. You know what I'm saying? Because I was one of the ones who bought the lie and the media portrayal of who this guy was. Just a sorry basketball player that didn't have the mental toughness to be a NBA player, or to play with the alpha males, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe. You know what I'm saying? I bought into that, and I kind of wrote him off like they designed it, or like they wanted people to do. So when I started seeing this dude, like, oh, this nigga ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when you see like the stuff that his people is on, his people like, you know what I'm saying, they gunners and they gangsters, and you know what I'm saying, nigga, they lay theirs down. You know what I'm saying? And he cut from that cloth. So, you know, we not realizing, like he said, he's an 18-year-old kid with playing with his idol, and this dude is dogging him out to the media. You know what I'm saying? And turning the world against him. And Michael Jordan and Kobe is homies. So they comparing notes. So Kobe automatically had a preconceived, you know what I'm saying, notion of him, and dealt with him based on that. Hold on, this blow right here. Hold up. Welcome to Apartment 107. You live with SB Global. Who's calling? Hello? Hold up. Who's calling? Can you hear me calling?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is this the Shark?
Yeah, Shark Spear.
Shark Spear.
Yes, sir.
Shark Spear. I want to introduce you to my guest, Mr. Nykil Rashad, aka Sidewalk Slim. You gentlemen greet one another, man.
What's happening with you, King?
Oh, I ain't got no complaints. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm great. Thanks for asking, family.
So, I told Nykil you was gonna be calling. We were in the middle of talking about brother Kwame Brown and you know, and how the masculine energy is something that's frowned upon and under attack, and something that that they're trying to subdue. You got anything to say about that?
Oh, I mean, it's natural. That's one reason why we could feel it, and why his energy, you know, saying caught so many people's attention. You know, because we finally just addressing some stuff in the community that need to be addressed. You know, so hopefully we go right on down the list and really start addressing, you know, what we mean to the world. You know.
Yes, sir.
So yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that I was one of the ones who just bought the narrative. The dude was a sucker and he was soft and he wasn't no good and he didn't deserve no respect. You know what I'm saying? But you also got to realize I was of a younger, mentality during those years he was playing in the league. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad now that I'm at an age where I'm mature enough and I can see, you know what I'm saying, and respect this man for a man, because he is a man. And I just don't see, the only thing I don't understand is how he was able to sit quiet for so long, though, with so much disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I guess he was just waiting on the perfect moment, man. And, you know, they want to dog him out in front of the white woman. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he was saying. Like, y'all get in front of these white people and y'all tear down your own people. But you never see them doing that to their people.
Yeah.
Because Carson Wentz stunk all to be damned for the Eagles. And on that last game of the season, when he was stinking up the joint, that white commentator was still trying to save that man's name. Don't look at him like he's sorry. Oh, he's a good player. I know this kid. He's going to be something in this league. They still trying to keep his legacy alive, no matter how much he stunk. You know what I'm saying? But you get Stephen A., you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these other black looking people that got these platforms, and they can't wait to tear the next nigga down.
That's what they get paid
But I mean,
for.
you know, how many?
That's what they get paid to do. You know, y'all know the narrative.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You know, economics is such natural to the human being that as long as they getting paid, you know what I'm saying, and you know, you putting your value there, they gonna do it. Once you take the value out of it, you feel me, they gonna stop doing it. Right. And then we can apply that to any other situation. Think about it. You know, we tearing up all of the inner cities where it's a high concentration of black people. We tearing it down. So, you know, just think about it. How many people, you know, want to live on the corner of Crenshaw and something, Broadway and something, Avalon and something, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you don't want to be in your front yard watering your grass and everybody just driving by and know you live there. So now, whatever's in your brain that you know about the area, you don't feel safe enough to where you want to make an investment there.
Right.
And then there's so many other people feel the same way. So now y'all have put a value on the area, and the arrows is pointing down.
Yeah.
Then an immigrant come in and steal your inheritance.
Right.
You feel me?
Yep.
So the value system, you know, it starts with your moral principles and all that. So I mean, time we get to these dudes sitting up with microphones, making all this money, oh yeah, it's a market for it. You feel me? To dumb down, it's a market for blacks being dumbed down.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But the thing is, we can change the narrative because we really the soil. We just got to know what the struggle is. You know how you playing the game and you don't even know the rules of it?
Right.
And that's where we at, where we like functioning illiterate.
Right.
You know, we really don't understand the game. We really don't have appreciation for much. And then you could tell all the way to how many beautiful flowers is planted in somebody's yard and the grass is green and edged up. You know, that's a manifestation of your thinking.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Nah,
So
that's
I
solid.
was go ahead, Nykil. Go ahead,
Nah,
Nykil.
I was just agreeing with the brother.
Yeah, I had kind of put Nykil up on the 11 what was it? The, recommendations from Frankfurt.
Frankfurt School.
Yeah, I read that off, man. You know, I was having a conversation with my brother Sharkspear prior to the show, man. He put me up on that. And man, this is, I mean, like, it's just amazing to see, man, that this ain't nothing but a plan in play, you know what I'm saying, from over 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we just falling for it, hook, line, and sinker. You know what I mean? And it's like, it don't matter how much knowledge if people ain't gonna accept it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what is it gonna take to get people to understand what's happening? You know what I mean? Like, I can tell people this, and you know what I'm saying? Like, Malcolm X told people a long time ago. And that's another thing I wanted to get into. Nykil, let me ask you, man. Do you did you vote in the presidential election?
I did.
Okay. If you had to vote, would you have voted for Trump?
If I had to vote, yeah.
And why is that?
Because I understood what I was looking at. In my opinion, we thrive better under Trump's administration. That's in my opinion. If you own a business, depending on what your values are, that's how you should vote. If voting is something that you're even thinking about doing. Me personally, you know, I'm more surface. You know, it's deeper than what's on the surface. That shit don't count for real. The illusion of inclusion. So, as long as you believe, so it don't count for real. But for those that play into it, let me just speak to that. Let me speak to that narrative. For those that play into it, you move how you move. You vote for what you vote for. Whatever your guidelines and principles are, that's probably what you're gonna lean towards. But when it comes to businesses, you own businesses. That's what you have. That's what you're about. When it comes to certain welfares and certain things that you want for you and yours, then that was the way for me to go. I'm just not pro-government. Okay. I've never been pro-government. Before I understood what voting was about and what it is, I just knew that shit right there ain't right. That's crippling us. That's hindering us. That's making us lazy. They want us to depend on them. And so you got to go against the opposition so that you can stand up and see things for what they are. The only thing I liked about Trump is Trump just pulled the curtain back and showed that America had never changed and it never will.
Come on.
So people got mad because he revealed the truth. And that's all that really was.
Sharkspear. Take the floor. Take the floor, champ.
I like what the brother said, but I think if we was elaborate deeper, because you shared some good things, you know, like about not being dependent on government, you know, and when we go into the you know, the makeup of America, you know, you ever heard that term limited government?
Right.
Like basically, we want the government to look like Superman and not like Wimpy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But all of our so-called black interest is connected with Wimpy being dependent on government.
Right.
Instead of being self-sufficient.
Right.
You feel me?
I do.
But America is designed, the economic system and everything, like the reason why America is the greatest country ever on earth is because of its emphasis on limited government, because government derives its power from the people. So you got to give up a little bit of freedom in order to create the Superman so that he can protect you from invasion or, you know, fraud within the free market, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Which means that when we go back to the beginning and start from the beginning, now we see that change is always around the corner because the emphasis is on the sacred individual. the sacred family. You feel me? So the whole heart of the system is with the and this is when we get right back to why they do the social engineering, public opinion, why they try to control what you think. Like the kids in school, they're not being taught how to think, they're being taught what to think.
Yep.
Because if you think in the right way and you really understand the unalienable rights, the laws of nature, the laws of economics, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, like, why did the founding fathers, like some people say, oh man, the founding fathers, they was racist and they owned slaves and all that. Okay, boom, we got that. Now let's get to some other facts that might benefit us. Why did the founding fathers give us the right to bear arms?
Let me speak to that. I just want to piggyback on that.
Go ahead. That's a question.
Why did the founding fathers give us the right to bear arms?
It wasn't us. Us didn't include us. That Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the amendments, that had nothing to do with us. Us as in us.
Okay, we could.
I hear that.
I accept that, but it got something to do with us now. You feel me? So we could cut that out and say, what was the whole purpose of the right to bear arms?
Okay.
We got to jump through loopholes just to bear arms. Even in 2021. They ain't making it easy for us to bear arms, brother.
Depending on where you at. I'm in Texas. You got a right to carry a gun with no permit. That was just signed in the law the other day. Although you could carry a gun in Texas anyway.
Wow.
You feel me?
No permit.
So,
just carry your shit, huh?
Yeah. So if you anywhere in a Democrat control area, they already done pretty much undermine your rights.
Right.
But then if you get, like you said, into the red area where Republicans at, it's going to be too many people that understand their rights. You feel me? So they're not about to be elected no officials.
Yep.
Yeah. So anybody got an answer to why the founding fathers gave the citizen of the United States the right to bear arms?
I don't have an answer. I can take a guess.
How would you? How would you conclude that? What's the reason? What would be the reason?
Well, this is their reason, to stop a tyrannical government, to protect the free state, to protect your freedom, to protect your life, liberty, and property.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So the Bill of Rights, them is not right that's derived from a legislator. So you got a big responsibility. You feel me? Because there's people that's irresponsible with guns. But then we could go down the list and we could see how does the wording in this paperwork add up to our natural being, and then see what's in conflict, you feel me, or what's in harmony. Once we start making some of it, because see, we, like a lot of us, when we learn about slavery, we really focus on the whip cracker or bent over picking cotton, and we miss other phenomenal events that shape world history. You know what I mean? So we end up misplacing ourselves. Oh, we were slaves, this, that, the third, and we don't really see, how we taught the world and what we taught the world. So if you don't have an appreciation of your culture because we don't know it, again, it goes right back to going in our communities, like Trump said, is a shithole because you don't know how to develop it because you anti-develop. And it pretty much is going to begin with your morals.
Okay, so we saying that to say what? Shark Spear.
We saying that to say, going back to the Kwame Brown and some of the issues dealing with the identity, or going with our communities and the wars that's going on in the community, and how can we stop it, or any of our other grievances that we have. Mm-hmm. We know about the media and the manipulation and the false information, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
But it all comes down to where when we learn the game, you know, how the game is set up, and then see if it's in harmony with our being. Change is always knocking on the door, and that's their fear.
Yeah.
Like the brother, so I was really responding what the brother was saying, because if she could think about the people who want to be dependent on government, what are they doing?
Man, they waiting on a handout. They waiting on a stimulus.
If you got a
All right,
few
so
million of them, and they got guns and drugs and everything else, and free rent, and all of this, boom. Now you got a cancer growing.
What's your answer, Hawk? Put your answer in the comments. So, you know what? Well, what you saying, Shark Spear? You know, yeah, we need to be independent of the government, and I see what you're saying. That's where you're saying that's what the whole right to bear arms and all that was for you to be an independent and be able to protect your independence and to protect your being,
Your individual rights.
your rights and your property. And
Yes, sir.
all they doing is, like, especially in this democratic state. I don't know. I know you in Texas, nigga. If you go to court, every deal that they giving niggas, I don't give a damn if you stole, if you had a domestic violence, yeah, whatever kind of case, non-violent case, that they're making you declare that you will no longer bear arms when you take your deal in a California state court.
speak to that. Speak to that.
That's part of your deal.
Mm-hmm.
No longer, ever again. You know what I mean? I know niggas was getting gun cases and they didn't have to do that. But now, that's what you got to do if you got a fraud case. If you got whatever case you got, DUI, you can't bear arms no more if you're going to take a deal. Other than that, you got to go to the box.
They also, I remember some years ago when I was living in California, Los Angeles, and they was talking about if you get a medical marijuana, pretty much try to undermine your gun rights.
Yeah.
Let's back up a few notches, right?
Come on.
So, you asked me if I had to vote. If I had to vote, right? But if it was my choice, I wouldn't, because neither party was. You know, it'll take, for brothers like Brother Malcolm to speak to that, for brothers like Dr. Claude Anderson to speak to that. These people are not friends. These people are not our allies. They give you, it's like the religion things. 3,000 religions in the world, but yet they give you Christianity and Islam. So many gangs in the world, yet they give you Crip and Blood. So many different parties, but yet they give you Democratic and Republicans. The truth of the matter, we need our own party. We have to begin to understand and have an overstanding and a great appreciation for politics until we begin to endorse those, fund those, and apply ourselves to learning so that we can reach an overstanding. We're going to continue to run on the hamster wheel. Now, the amendment for us bearing arms and all that shit sound good. But everybody on this channel, including the ones that are tuning in right now, know that predominantly of the ones that are incarcerated are blacks and browns. Yep. Once you get incarcerated and they hit you with a stiff sentence or a stiff penalty, that whole bearing arms shit, that shit go out the window. As Andre 3000 said, why y'all niggas running around here ratting and waving by gas, nigga, they made them gas. They got some shit that'll blow out our bats from where they stay at. So that shit don't mean nothing. Let's talk about it.
Come on.
It sound good, but it don't mean nothing at the end of the day. The government is the game. The government is the bully. The people, the power really should be in the people, but they've reached a level to where they made you forget that you employed them. They got you thinking that you work for them when the truth is they work for you. Ain't no protecting. You look at the police officer and you fearful of the police officer. But the reason why white people cuss out the police officer, because they never forgot. You work for me, motherfucker. I can get your badge taken. But the moment that you become fearful, and that's the spirit that you walk in, A bully knows who they can pick on
Yep.
when they, and collectively, we got to learn the law. We don't apply ourselves to learn it.
Yes, sir.
So fast forward, what y'all think about Biden saying they're about to add 4 more years to public schools because we can't compete with the rest of the world? So ain't no more. It's gonna be the 16th grade. What y'all think about them saying all games? We could do
Wait, say it
GD.
again. I didn't hear what you said. Biden said what?
They want to add 4 more years to public schools because our children are not able to compete with the rest of the world, which we know that. We know that they want to add 4 more years to public schools, so ain't no more 12th grade, 16th grades. And then how about they came out and recently said that gangs, they want to label all gangs as terrorists, domestic terrorists.
Wow.
You see what we going?
But they still ain't doing this to neo-Nazis or KKK.
Neo-Nazis, KKK, they ain't doing it.
Okay.
But
Don't get.
let's back it. Huh?
Go ahead, brother.
I want to address some of the few things you said though, because like if we don't have a win in sight, then it ain't worth nothing. Like nothing is worth nothing. You feel me? So we can't say, cause see, here go the thing. At one time, you know what blacks didn't have in the country?
What was that?
Black politician. At one time, we had everything except a black politician. Did you know that?
Well, yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah, that's not hard. It's not hard to believe.
Yeah, so like in Reconstruction period after the Civil War, you got about 10 years where you had some black public officials. Then Jim Crow came, banned all blacks up out of, the federal government, and then we pretty much went all the way until like the 60s before we really start getting black mayors and et cetera, right?
Right.
Do you see how we was thriving without a politician? See, something happened to where we start putting emphasis in a politician.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, brother, they give you your leaders. We need the same way.
No, hear what I'm saying. At one time, we didn't have no politician. So they couldn't give you a leader because the roots was going to produce the leader. That's why we know the ones that they had to attack. But then eventually it switched from economics first to politics first. You see, the thing is, if you know how they undermining us, that means that if we do the opposite, that's the win. Then the only thing they got to do is kill us if they gonna do that. But there's more people in the world than it is the ones that's evil. You feel me? So the world is really, it's a lot of people. Like, you gotta have faith in who we are, that we ain't gonna be backwards forever. For the problems that we could see in our communities, it can't happen forever. When you talk about the schools and they, Go ahead.
Now, I'm optimistic too. That's a part of my sign. That's a part of my genetic makeup. I'm very optimistic, but I'm realistic too, brother. Like it's good that we having bills like this, because we can sit here and talk about the problem, and not to change the dynamics or try to control the narrative. Not at all. Okay. I stand in agreement with you. But this is what we do every single time. We do the woulda, coulda, shouldas. We do faith. We do optimism. We pray. We forgive. None of that shit work. The question is, what is the solution? What can we do to produce actual results? Because just being optimistic and saying it can't happen forever. Who the hell would imagine it would have been happening right now? It's 2021 and we still begging. We still begging for equality. As Dr. Anderson would say, we asking for the wrong thing. We asking for equal rights. We asking for things that benefit everybody else. But everybody else ain't asking. Gays ain't asking for equal rights. They asking for
Right.
gay rights.
Absolutely.
Immigrants ain't asking for human rights. They asking for immigration rights. We need black rights, brown rights, color rights, whatever you want to identify with. But we need something for us. Now, the person that I think got the answer would be Dr. Claude Anderson. If you look at his breakdown and what he proposes, I think we should all look into that and consider that.
My question about Dr. Claude Anderson, as much as I love him, but when he was in position, how did he affect change?
He created millions of jobs for our
Okay.
people, particularly in Florida. He
Okay.
was right there by Jimmy Carter, so he saw politics on a one-on-one hand, and he took that information and he locked it in. But he was so proficient and efficient with what he did. They just gave him control. He took millions of acres and did something with it. Created new infrastructure and job. Claude did what Claude could do, and if you go listen to
Okay.
Claude now, I'll tell you what it is versus what it ain't.
I listen to Claude. I love Claude, but
Claude, that
I
dude,
gotta
man.
I gotta test all things and question all things just to make sure we on the safe side.
Claude was moving. Claude was moving.
Okay. What you say? What you say, Short?
I don't know about all the million acre stuff, but you know, as we had the conversation earlier today, I was telling you about the laws of economics. So the reason of bringing up all them natural rights and gun rights and everything, and then the solution. See, you know, it's facts over feelings, right?
Right.
So you know,
Right.
like I said, when I bring up George Washington, usually a brother gonna say, "Oh, he owned slaves," or you know, at that time it didn't apply to us or something to the point where we never really be able to get to the substance. But the solution is economics. It's always been the human solution. So now, knowing the laws of economics, once you get into the economics, all of those other natural rights you're going to see is all linked together all the way to the gun, because the tyrant always want to take your labor, always want to take your wealth, always want to control you. So the remedy
100%.
is, when I was saying at one time we didn't have a black politician, but we had a black school that was teaching us how to think,
Right.
and teaching us how to build our own. Like we just celebrated Black Wall Street. What type of thinking built Black Wall Street, and what group thinks like that today?
Come on.
You see what I'm
Come on.
saying?
Come on.
So there go the solution. So it's not being like optimistic. Oh, you know, I'ma just pray that, you know, the Lord just gonna have it good. Like the solution always been in the economics is nature. The first corporation is man and woman becoming one.
Yeah.
So at one time we had our institutions, church for your religious instruction or whatever, schools,
Mhm.
trade schools, you know, businesses, hotels, banks, like et cetera, car manufacturers, like almost everything you could think of, we had it. If we got a penny just for our ancestors' inventions, we'd be millionaires.
Right.
But how many people is interested in any of the inheritance that the ancestors left us? You see what I'm saying? So the point is that when we really want to solve the problem, the ancestors already laid it out. And that's why I say we really don't know our culture. We really don't know our ancestors. We really don't understand the American system. And like one of the brothers said something about we need to learn the law. Well, when you learn
Right.
the law, you're going to see the whole theories behind all of these laws. Do you notice that you could get a gangbanger that's dead bang, committed a crime, go to jail, and he could beat the case using the Constitution based on the technicality.
Right.
See what I'm saying? See, we got
Mhm.
ancestors that went to courts in the 1600s and won their freedom, in the 1700s, in the 1800s. So we got examples of the system working for our people. No, not on no big hole, but at the same time, Frederick Douglass said, without no struggle, it ain't no progress. If we didn't go through all of this struggle, we wouldn't even be who we are, and we wouldn't have created, you feel me, the remedy to a lot of these problems. You see what I'm saying? So when I talked about the community and how you don't want to live right there because you don't want nobody to know where you live. So eventually the whole community becomes devalued, and then you buy when everything is low. So now we making it low by how we feel about it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we tear it up, etc., and then talk about whitey. You see what I'm saying? Where right here we got all the prime real estate in the United States of America: Los Angeles, Houston, Dallas, Philadelphia, Atlanta,
come on,
Miami, New York, Detroit, Chicago. Like, come on, homie, we got the prime real estate in the country.
I hear you.
What we doing with it?
Tearing it up.
My daddy
Devaluing
said when he moved to LA in 1958 or whatever, went to Compton College, all that was white. Everybody know that. At one time, Compton was all white. Then it became all black. What we do with it? The first few black elected officials of Compton went to jail, corrupt politicians. See what I'm saying? So it got something to do with how we value ourselves. The remedy is already there, homie. The immigrant coming and he ain't read nothing. Like, what is the immigrant coming to America for?
For opportunity. For opportunity. Go ahead.
I can speak. That opportunity where he at?
No. It go deeper. When the immigrant comes here, he comes here with the understanding that he is to operate under their infrastructure and the codes that they have set forth. He comes here, comes into our community. He understands this. Your job is to help us to suppress and oppress. Go into their community. We're going to give you everything that you need. You're going to build up in their community. We're not going to allow them to build in their own community. And after the day, you're going to go back to the other side of town because you don't live in their community. They all come over here and they understand the white law. They understand the white code. They all understand that. That's the reason why they can get what they get.
But then we don't understand that's the code that they coming in under.
Yeah, that's their code. They operate under. Yeah, they operate under that.
You basically saying that the Negro, he don't know that this is what's going on.
No, this is what they're taught before they get here.
Yeah, he's saying, are you saying that black people don't realize that that's what's going on? Do you believe that black people don't know this?
I believe you have a percentage of those that know and just don't care, and then most of the people don't know that.
So now
we don't care.
Don't even care. I do believe that.
Yeah,
most don't care. Most don't care. I agree with that.
Okay,
yeah, we don't care. So,
well, we can't unify with those that don't care, right?
Right.
So they don't count, right?
Right.
But then it's another group you say that don't know. Okay, y'all the new black media, so now y'all gonna let the people know. So eventually the wire is gonna get out. But I'm saying we been new. The dumbest brother know. He see the immigrant come, but the thing is when we gonna have a conversation on what the immigrant leaving his homeland for, crossing deserts and shark-filled oceans to get to America. What is it in America that don't exist where he come from? Well, whatever it is, where they willing to leave forever and send money back and all that is something that we haven't mastered and we not practicing.
Right.
And then it comes right back to Clyde Anderson and all that, to where, once you start concentrating the money within the community, the fruit grows on the tree. Boop, boop, boop. Fruit everywhere.
Yep.
We already, we going to the Black Wall Street. So we not understanding, okay, they burned down Black Wall Street in 1921. Does anybody know what happened after they burned it down?
No, what happened?
What happened after?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. What I know why. Yeah, see, I was gonna speak to that. I was gonna speak on that and bring it back to the amendment. Like, okay, back then we were carrying guns. We had stores, airports, hospitals, trading amongst each other. They were mad because we didn't need to depend on them and support them. But again, the first bombs that were ever dropped in America, the American government onto Black Wall Street. So it don't matter how many guns we had in, under our bed or how many guns we were sleeping with. We ain't had no missiles. We ain't had no grenades. We didn't have no
Yeah,
machines.
but
Make them.
yeah, we get the whip, right? We get the
Right.
whip. But then the thing is, once they burned it down, what did the black people do after that?
They had to move. They had to rebuild. They had to go back in bed for help.
Okay, they go to work. They rebuilt it.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, they had to move,
it
rebuild.
continued on. And then it continued on until all the wealth left during integration.
Mm-hmm. Integration.
See,
Come on.
yeah, you know that's where Gap Band come from, right?
Gap.
Does anybody know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
The Gap Band
the
come from.
group Gap Band, huh?
You said it came from the
Go
integration.
ahead.
No, I'm trying to make sure.
No, Gap Band, Gap GAP. That's the initials for the streets right there, Black Wall Street. That's where the band come from. But I'm saying the city, Black Wall Street, once integration came in the 60s, the people with the wealth, they moved with the white folks. And spread
Right.
the wealth that, see, when Jim Crow was there, when segregation was in place, it forced us to work with each other.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
It forced us to work with each other. Jim Crow made Black Power grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it worked in our favor in a lot of ways. But I think I think that's what Claude Anderson be saying though, low key. You know what I mean?
Man,
And so many words.
He speak true to life.
Yeah, Claude Anderson, he say a lot of stuff, but like one of the things I add further, I ain't gonna say I conflict with him, but does anybody know about Booker T. Washington?
Lightweight.
A little bit.
Right. So Booker T. Washington, pretty much one of our greatest ancestors ever. You feel me? That nobody ever talks about. So even when you hear a lot of Claude Anderson, first of all, Booker T. Washington is the brains behind Black Wall Street. He's the one who named it, but he called it Negro Wall Street. We put the black on it later.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So Mr. Green, where you get the Greenwood, come from Alabama. He's not from Oklahoma. He was the one that was providing the black communities around the country with the models of the Black Wall Street. Booker T built Tuskegee Institute, where he was teaching our people how to build everything from scratch. From the food to buildings to the bricks of the buildings to paper, whatever you could think of. You feel me?
Right.
Master something and do it so well that nobody could come behind you and improve on it.
Same with Marcus.
We already got the model, George Washington Carver. We been had the model. Why did we stop? And when we find out the reason why we stop, once we start back, it's so natural that we gonna produce again. So that you can't never, when you know Negro culture, you can never have a fatalistic view unless you pretty much is an atheist. You feel me? And then it ain't nothing but a doom and gloom way of thinking anyway. But once we get to the ancestors and we see that Pan-African model that was laid, starting from enslavement all the way to the Civil War, and see the results is working for everybody else around the world. See, we don't even know how how much our ancestors directly went and taught nations.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember,
Fact.
we the only
Fact.
group that mastered the white man. How can
That's right.
somebody in India or Japan go ahead? What you say?
No, I wanted
Nah,
to.
that's
I
I agree.
wanted to read a couple of the comments because people been tapping in. I know they want to get their voices heard. Clevis Edmonds just commented that it starts with us, starting in our homes, educating ourselves, passing to our children, buying property, like our Browns, or like the Browns, I should say, talking about our Spanish community. We need to break this cycle of not helping our people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And he said a good show too. What's up, Clev?
But like Booker T said, get an education that educates.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the words we should start pumping is STEM: science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Another
That right.
thing we should do is encourage our people to snatch their children up out of public school.
Yeah, I think
Solid.
so. I think we at that point. At this point, I think we at that point now. It's done
solid.
enough damage, and it's only starting to do more. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Especially with all the.
We gotta know how they're doing the damage, because if we really don't understand the curriculum, and we got people who understand it, but I'm saying we gotta make them drastic moves. Cause see, the thing is, they wouldn't have dropped crack and guns and all of that stuff on us if we wasn't powerful. They know how powerful we are. So once we start breaking them bad habits, what can they do?
Mm-hmm.
So look,
we got the
right.
vibranium.
I love when you say that. We got the vibranium. So what I want to do is I want to start coming. Let's start hitting the conclusions on what we're saying. Because we only got about five or so more minutes before we get up out of here. So give us the game, give us the knowledge, give us the answers. You know what I'm saying? Or at least the way to the answer and what you talking about. Who want to go first? While you still talking, Shark, come on. I'll let you go ahead.
I would suggest that everybody get a copy of the Constitution, the Bill of Rights.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should. Everybody should have a clear and concise understanding of capitalism, socialism, communism. You feel me? Just the basic isms and how they work. You feel me?
Right.
And then I suggest that people Google Booker T. Washington and Booker T. Washington quotes and things like that, and pretty much go back and revisit the ancestors that built the institutions that still stand in the day.
Right.
And see how they put it down, and then we'll see that we ain't no excuses. We just in violation right now. All we got to do is get up out of violation, and it's on.
Yes, sir. Okay. Brother Nykil, Rashad.
Once you acknowledge the enemy, you learn how to deal with your.
Repeat that one more time.
Once you know your enemy, you know how to deal with your
enemy. Okay. Once you acknowledge the enemy, go ahead.
You know how to deal with your enemy.
Yes,
one of the things the brother said that actually stood out to me is we just don't know. We haven't applied ourselves to learning. We don't know the game that's being played on us. Like, they reversed it on us because we wasn't the initial slaves. We were once the enslavers. That's the part of history no one wants to talk about. They reversed the game on us. We became pupils. They call us minorities because we think like minors. We don't know our power. They made us believe that we are the minors when we outnumber everything to a larger ratio. But the answer starts in the house. He who controls the man controls. He who controls the woman controls the child. He who controls the child controls the next generation. It's out with the beta males. It's the return of the masculinity.
Yes,
it's the return of alpha males.
Yes, sir.
We have to have comfortable conversations like these, even in our own homes, because women have had operate in their masculinity for so long that it's almost offensive to even be before a masculine male. Like, who the fuck made you masculine? They lie to you, and you the man. We gotta, reboot our operating systems. Alpha males. We have to apply ourselves to actually being there for our children. Our women have to go deep within themselves, and they have to tap into their defined femininity, and they need to operate on that. They are supposed to be our prayer warriors. They're the ones that's supposed to be doing the magic. We're going to talk ancestors. We need to tap into that. We've always been a spiritual people.
Yes, sir.
We've always done magic. Like, they know what we, and they just reversed this shit on us. They took it and they put it in a box and they put these titles on it. Voodoo, hoodoo, evil, dark, scary, devil. But that's us.
Yeah.
That's us. We got to tap into the divine nature of what it is, the laws of nature. Because it ain't as much as it's about a piece of paper, as much as it's about what we think it's about. Man, all this shit start with magic, man. These motherfuckers is running game on us. They know about retrogrades, full moons. They know about stones. They know about copper.
Yes, they do.
Know, man, they use it.
Oh, yeah.
You don't think they do it?
How you think they coming up with these cell phones and internet and all that? They know about the magic.
Everything. Everything. Bro, they know. So everything starts at home. We need more men like what we got going on right now. Sitting in these player circles. I call them player circles. Sitting in these player circles, having real conversations, whether we agree or disagree, whether we agree to disagree. But everybody on this call has made their points, from me, you, and the other brother.
Yes, sir.
And then you might disagree with me on, vice versa and vice versa. But the overall point is this. I think we will all agree that everything starts in home first. And once we take care of our home, we can go outside into our neighborhood. Once we go outside into our neighborhood, we can start crossing county lines, state lines. Then we can take that thing international. What Malcolm was attempting to do was to go before the United Nations to bring our case before them. To bring our case before the United Nations.
Yep.
Because we've been treated inhumanely this entire time. That's what Malcolm was attempted to do. They want you to believe that he was assassinated for one reason, but the truth of the matter is that man was ready to take our case before the United Nations.
Yep.
So what the brothers say, we need to learn the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, Booker T. Washington, Blase said we can do Marcus Garvey. We can keep going. Like, our ancestors are great, but as of right now, what we stand at right now, they are attacking our women. Because through our women, they have immediate access to our children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they already got to them. They already got to the kids. It's past the women at this point.
But we need to go home. Black man, go back home. And I ain't talking Africa. I'm talking about that street that you grew up on. I'm talking about why you out here running the streets because you think it's better on the other side of town. Go home to your woman and figure that shit out. Sit up with your kids. Go and get the book of spells. Do whatever you got to do. Pray to whoever you pray to. Meditate. Do what you got to do. But everything starts at home. It ain't over there. It ain't in another country. It ain't in Africa. It ain't in Iraq. It ain't over there. It's here. Yeah, we got power. Yeah, we got land. But until we start having conversations like these, brothers, we need to bond together and band together because our women are only as strong as they can be. Ain't nowhere in the hell our women supposed to be leading us. They supposed to be praying for us.
Right.
We supposed to be out there on the battlefield. But these niggas want to be women. That's the problem. It's too many beta males, not enough masculinity. We got to get back to that shit, bro. And that's what I think.
Absolutely, man. Man, I appreciate both you brothers, man. Brother Nykil. Sidewalk Slim. Shark Spear. What's up, bro?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. We gonna have a whole. You just sent me something?
And brother, I appreciate you too, man. I learned something.
Oh yeah,
yes, sir.
Likewise, brother.
I learned something, bro. I appreciate you. Humbly, I say that. I appreciate you. I learned something. I appreciate
Yes, sir.
you.
Yes, sir. I love that. I love that, man. You know what I mean? Because it was a point where I can see where, you know, we wasn't necessarily all in agreement, but you know what I'm saying? But we come to an understanding. You know what I mean? And we got mutual respect amongst men. And that's all that really matters at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Let me say this real quick.
Come on with
I
it.
just sent you a book that everybody should buy, and you could get a PDF file online free so you can read it online.
Yeah,
It's
send me
called
that.
Booker T. Washington, Builder of a Civilization by J. Scott.
Heard that. Look that up.
Booker T. Washington, builder of a civilization.
I heard that.
By Emmett J. Scott.
So that's the full model right there. So we gonna see that it was already done from scratch. The model has already been laid.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna read these last few comments for these people staying with us to the end. Jamone Porter, all of that masculinity stems from the woman being the head of the household. That I don't need a man shit. We need to stop the cycle of baby daddy and baby's mama and all have black families.
That's
amen
right.
And amen again to that, my friend. You goddamn right.
Salute.
We used to build our own houses so the man had a house.
Everyone loves Danny.
With a woman.
Yes, sir. Good, black, mature conversation. Good job, brothers. That's from everyone. Everyone loves Danny. Ron Stedman says, there's definitely a lot of weak dudes out here. Unfortunately, sad but true. Hey, I want to thank y'all for sticking with us to the end. I want to thank my guest, Nykil Rashad. I want to thank my caller and extra special, you know what I'm saying, guest joining us today, Mr. Shark Spear. Appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Both of you fellas deserve that round of applause. And we're going to see y'all next week, Thursday, 7 p.m. As always, here at Apartment 107. Peace.
Peace.